Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Diego with my beautiful wife, Karina. Here she is, all the way from Venezuela, South America. We went through the K1 visa process. My NOA1 letter was April, man, I can't remember. April 18th, I think it was April 19th, 2022, somewhere in there. And then our NOA2 letter was May 30th, 2023. And then we got the MVC welcome letter, and then we got the in transit, then we got the ready status, and we got the issued status in Bogota, Colombia. Karina, although she's from Venezuela, beautiful Venezuela, we love everybody in Venezuela, except the government, of course. We don't like the government, but we love the people. And Karina relocated to beautiful Colombia for about 5.5, almost 6 years. You know, in Colombia, they have things like electricity, internet, water, food. You know, unlike Venezuela, where it's basically turned into a, whatever. Anyway, I've been through the K1 visa process twice. I've been through the spousal visa. I can write the book on USCIS on how to process a K1 visa. And but I'm not an immigration attorney. Okay, you don't need an immigration attorney to do a K1 visa or process a green card or process a spousal visa. It's not hard to do. It's easy. It's an easy process. It just takes a lot of time and a lot of paperwork, and you just got to know how to do it. And if you want to learn how to do it, jump on the channel and I'll teach you how for free, no cost. I don't give you any legal advice, okay, guys? I don't give you any CPA advice. I'm not a doctor. I don't work for the government, okay? I'm a real estate agent, but I know how to do this process like the back of my hand. So you're in the right place if you want to learn how to do this. Camille one, hi Diego and Karina from Boston, Massachusetts. How are you? We're good. It's today is what? It's right now it's 57 degrees with clear skies. I think Saturday it's going to rain here in the Panhandle in Florida, but we've had a nice day today. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. And if you are if you're a beneficiary and your sponsor hasn't called you and wished you a happy Valentine's Day, you need to get on him and say, why not? Where's my Valentine's card? Where's my gracias for Valentine's? And then print that message for your K1 visa package. Okay? Call your beneficiary up, wish her a happy Valentine's Day in WhatsApp or Messenger, or send her an email or him, and print the message and include. If you haven't filed your K1 visa package yet, make sure you include that in your K1 visa package and bring it to the embassy interview, and include it in your green card application. Rita Afrug, hello, beautiful couple. What's going on, Rita? How are you? Which country? Tell me which country you guys are in. Nueva Vida, new life. Hello, we got our visa approved yesterday. Yay! Buena noticia, gracias, Nueva Vida. Buena noticia para Familia Ross aquí in Florida. So you're almost there. Claire and Madsen vlogs. Hello again. My RFE letter arrived. I forgot to check the box saying I don't have a criminal record. I told you it was simple, right? What did I say to you, Claire and Madsen? What did I say? I said, you forgot to check something in your I-129F, right? Right? You forgot something. Very simple. Okay? So, excuse me. I've also changed jobs. Okay. Since applying last year, should I include that info when I reply? No. Immigration want you to check the box in your RFE saying you don't have a criminal record. That's what you're going to check. You're not going to add anything to it. You're not going to say you got a new job. You're not going to say that you got a new dog, or you changed the name of your cats. You know, you got a cat. You don't say anything other than what's in the RFE. So you check the box, you don't have a criminal record, and you send it back to immigration. You don't say anything else. Okay? And then Claire and Madsen, should be smooth sailing now, right? Yeah. Now you're going to get your NOA2 letter. Once you check the box and get it back to immigration, they'll send you your approved visa, K1, at the service center, and you're good. It's easy, right? You just got to pay attention when you fill out these crazy forms. Okay, I've got Karina's green card application ready to go. I've filled out her application for green card, her affidavit of support, my affidavit of support. And I've gone over it twice already, and I found one mistake. Well, it wasn't a mistake. I just forgot to include something. You got to check everything over and over and over before you mail it to immigration. I will check Karina's green card application over probably 10 more times before I send it. Okay? Because it's lots of details you got to pay attention to. And Francois Livingston, happy Valentine's Day, Diego and Karina. Thank you, Francois. And Francois says spring is getting closer. Yeah, spring's right around the corner. Not much longer, Francois. You'll have your NOA2 letter. Not much longer. Hang in there. And I got a message on YouTube. Somebody asked me here a question. They said, so what documents are needed from my joint sponsor aside from the I-134? Her K1 interview is on the 15th of April, 2024. So that's from Justina. Okay, what documents do you need from a joint sponsor for the visa interview at the embassy? The I-134, the joint sponsor's last 3 years tax returns, last 3 years of tax transcripts, last 3 years of W-2s, 1099s, 12 months worth of bank statements, and a letter from your joint sponsor's boss saying where he or she works and how long she's been working there and how much money does he or she make. That's what you got to get. A joint sponsor has to provide all the financial evidence to the embassy and also for the green card application. Okay? That's what you got to include. Now, instead of me typing for 30 minutes on how to do that, I just explained it. Let me see. Claire and Madison got thumbs up in celebration. Claire and Madison vlogs. Yeah. You've made you made a simple mistake. Lots of people have made the same error. You're not the first person. And you just check the box and send it back and then get your NOA2 letter. Mas Karim Mingstu. Hi, Diego and Karina. I wish you a happy Valentine's Day. And you? How long will it take for my fiance to be able to work once he arrives in the United States? We have our wedding as fast as possible. Well, that's good. Get your wedding done as quick as you can. And not focus on getting your green card application together, not working. Okay, Karina's got a degree in tax accounting. She's got 6 years experience managing stores in Bogota, Colombia. She's a businesswoman. She's an entrepreneur. She knows how to make money. But right now we're focusing on her green card. Green card. But when you apply for your green card, include a application for employment authorization document, and you can work on an EAD. It's called an employment authorization document. You'll get that before your green card. If you've got to go to work, if you absolutely must go to work before you get your green card, you can only do it with your social security number and with your EAD document. So when you file for your green card, you include the form for an EAD. If you do that, you'll get the work authorization from Homeland Security. Your social security number will be extended past 90 days if you've already got it, and you're good to go. Then you can go to work. It takes about 2 to 3 months to get it. But get married as quick as you can. But make sure you try to file for your green card within 90 days before the I-94 expires. Okay? Remember, when you fly to America, you're on a K-1. When you land in America, the K-1 goes away and you're on an I-94. The I-94 is good for 90 days. You got to get married in 90 days. If you can file for your green card within 90 days, that's great too. That just gets your green card here a lot quicker. Rita Afru, Mr. Diego, please, do you have any ideas how can I get my interview fast from Casablanca? There's nothing fast in an immigration process. They're very slow. They send interviews. So I have to wait until they send it by email, but it's going to be long. It's the process. Rita, it's not easy, okay? It's not fast. There's nothing fast about a K-1 visa or a spousal visa or even a green card application. There's nothing fast, okay? There's no such thing as a rapid visa or a fast visa. It doesn't exist, okay? Unless you're U.S. military and you have a dire deployment emergency, you're getting deployed somewhere, then you can get an expedite. But even then, that's not fast. So you just got to hang in there, Rita, and be patient. Be patient. Karina waited almost 2 years. to be sitting here. So I went to Colombia. I was with her in Colombia for over 2 years. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. American Airlines loved me. Oh, it's Diego. He's buying another plane ticket to Bogota. But, you know, that's the way it is, okay? Larry Piercy, our Marine Corps Purple Heart recipient. When are you going? When are you sending the green card application? I would like to see. February 29th. On February 29th, I am mailing Karina's green card application. I'm waiting for her credit card to come in. Okay, she's on my bank. It's not my bank account. It's our bank account. The Sutras Bank. It's our bank account. I'm waiting for her credit card to come in. Okay, I'm going to get her a library card, and I'm waiting for a few more bills to come in with her name on it, and then we'll have a fantastic green card application. And February 29th, I will mail it, which will be 58 days from the day she entered the United States. So her green card application will be filed, and we got married within, 11 days. Her green card application will be filed within 58 days, not 90 days. Everything's going to be done. And then I'm going to put my feet up on the desk and hang out and relax and wait for her green card to get here. And then Karina can start her business. But don't do anything without the green card, guys, or the EAD document. And Rita, hey from Morocco. Rita in Morocco, what's going on? So your visa interview is going to be Casablanca. Ryan, after the RFE, how long before I get back the pass report with the visa? Get back the pass. What you're saying is, for how long before I get back the passport with the visa after the RFE? It takes about 2 weeks. H Money, I finally got an interview scheduled in March in Ankara, Turkey. I know you could do it. I knew you could do that. I knew you could do it. Do you know what is the requirement for the COVID vaccine for the K1? There's no requirement for a COVID vaccine for a K1 visa. There's no requirement. But there is for a green card. So you can enter the United States of America without a COVID vaccination. But when you file for the green card after you get married, you must show that proof that you had a COVID vaccination, okay? Or else you won't get the green card. And that's because President Biden has said you must have a COVID vaccination to get a green card, okay? That comes out of the State Department. That comes out of the president. That comes out of the White House. That's the way it is, you know? And in November, we have an election. And if we get a different president, maybe that president will change that policy. And he might say, or she might say, could be a female president, you don't need a COVID vaccination anymore. Okay, it could happen, but the government runs that. So you don't need a COVID vaccine for the K1 visa. Okay, but it's recommended for the embassy interview. I recommend you have it, but because it makes it easier for you when you apply for the green card. Larry Piercy, I-485. That's your application for the green card. I-765 that's the EAD document. Are they forms? They're forms. Larry, I will show you before I mail Karina's green card application off to the lockbox in Chicago, Illinois. I will show you our green card application so you can see it, so you know what you got to do. I'm going to get you through this, Larry. Janiela James, happy Valentine's, Diego. Thank you, Janiela. And Karina and I, we send you happy Valentine's salutations from Florida. Vanessa Robles, hi, Diego and Karina. Happy Valentine's Day. Thank you, Vanessa. Same to you. We hope you, look at that. I got the Venezuelan flag right here. Look at that. Look at that. Jasmine. Jasmine is Karina's friend in Venezuela. Bless her heart. She's still stuck in that country. You know, I tried to get her to go to Colombia, but we'll see. But she gave Karina that flag as a gift. And she keeps asking, where's the flag? Well, there it is. Because people from Venezuela are watching this channel when they have electricity and when they have internet. You know, it's kind of spotty, but there you go. Chris and Emma, I know my woman liked 2018. Okay. Now I got approved visa. Now I'm waiting on my welcome letter, but I have to set up my paperwork that she needs. Yeah. So you got your NOA2 letter. So she's going to need her police certificate. You're going to have to fill out the I-134 You need to get your tax returns together, your W-2s, your 1099s if you're self-employed. Get a letter from your boss saying where you work, how much money you make, how long you've been there, what's your position in the company. Get her, make sure she's got her original birth certificate. Make sure you got a big blown up copy of your passport, U.S. passport in color. She needs that. Okay. Get all your documents together. Start getting them ready. Write 2 letters of intent to get married. Your beneficiary can write hers and you can write yours. New letters of intent to get married. Rita, but it's not fair. There are people waiting more than 8 months and they are now one less than 4 months and they got an interview letter. It's not organized. No, there's no organization. There's no specific time on when you're going to get your, they're not going to put you ahead or behind somebody else. They just do it whenever they do it. It's like people when they file their K-1 visa, then they go into the Facebook, these Facebook groups, okay, where people get scared, they scare people to death and say, well, my K-1 visa, I got my NOA-2 letter in this range, but they're doing this range. Immigration they don't process K-1 visas in the order they receive them. They don't do that. Stay out of Facebook. You're going to get a headache if you go on Facebook. Vanessa Robles, what are the fees if we are applying for the green card and the EAD together? The EAD is free. When you file for your green card, it's going to be $1,225 per person, which includes an $85 fee for biometrics. If you file for the EAD together, there is no charge for the EAD. It's free. Okay? You got it? So you get your EAD document, you get your application for your green card, you got your affidavit of support, you got everything else you need for your green card application. You file for it, and you will get the EAD document back in the mail for free. I just saved you $400. Come here, one. Look at that super chat, man. Well, I tell you, Larry stocked me up on Mountain Dew, and I'm running out of Mountain Dew. Okay, we haven't had a super chat. I don't know in what, 2 weeks, but that's okay. But come here, one. Thank you. I'm going to put that towards some Mountain Dew because I pretty much drank most of Larry's that he gave us, and we appreciate Larry. And I'm going to help Larry get his green card done also. I think I saved you, Larry, on a big headache, right, with your K-1 visa. So we appreciate Kamira One and that super chat number 1. And Chris and Emil, you've got this. Don't worry. Rita, don't be looking at other people's K-1 visas, interviews, and this interview, that interview. Immigration don't process anything in specific order, okay? It took 14 months almost for us to get our NOA-2 letter. I filed for our K-1 visa in April of 2022. People were getting their NOA-2 letters in April of 2023. I'm like, what? Okay, no worries, no big deal. We got ours in the end of May, beginning of June. It is what it is. But guess what? Karina's right here. She's right. This is Mrs. Diego Ross right here. Happy as a clam. We went to eat Mexican for our Valentine's dinner. We went to La Hacienda and had Mexican dinner. We had burrito supreme and Coke without sugar. They don't sell Mountain Dew. Restaurants, they either sell Coke products or they sell Pepsi products. This restaurant only sells Coke products, so I couldn't get a Mountain Dew. But now I can. Kamir One just took care of it with the super chat. Larry Piercy, good, don't forget. Don't forget what? Larry, where's the gratitude? Man, I do this for free, and you're telling me, don't forget? What the heck? Man, come on, man. Chris and Emma, I will do that this weekend. I'll get that paperwork. Where can I get my passport printed out? Well, go to Home Depot, go to Office Depot, and put your credit card in the little slot and make a big blow-up picture of your passport in color. Go to the library. Is there a library where you live in your town? They have copy machines there. Go to Office Depot, go to the library, and make 3 blow-up copies of your passport, okay? Because that shows you're a U.S. citizen. You got to prove U.S. citizenship for your beneficiary at the visa interview at the embassy. Even though you've proven it to the service center, you got to prove it again to the embassy officer. And then you got to prove it again when you apply for the green card. Chris and Emil, can you send me a list of the things I need to be done so I can send it in the mail for her? I made a video, Chris and Emil. I'm done. I'm so sick of doing paperwork with this immigration. I'm serious. I made videos on how to do all this, how to adjust status, how to assemble documents. I made a video, Chris and Emil. I made a video called "How to Assemble Documents for the Embassy Interview." That's where the list is. You know, I'm tired of doing paperwork and lists and that and that. So I make a video, and then you guys can watch it. You can kick back, all right? You got your popcorn and watch a video, and you learn how to do this for free. It doesn't cost you a penny. Although Khmer One just took care of the Mountain Dew. I'm out of Mountain Dew, just about. Vanessa Robles, do you have a video on the documents needed for a green card? Yes, I do. I made 3 videos on how to apply for a green card. If you go into the channel somewhere, now you guys are all subscribers. I get so many questions. I'm only going to answer questions from subscribers because it's just too many questions. Okay, so you guys are subscribers, so I'm going to answer all your questions. And I never ask anybody to subscribe to this channel. I never ask anybody ever to do that. It's not necessary. Okay, but you know, in order for me to answer the questions, I got to shrink it down a little bit, so I make it for subscribers only. Okay, but you don't have to be a subscriber to watch the videos. But if you type Diego Ross green card application, adjustment of status application, something like that, you will find the videos which I made, which tells you what documents you need to use in a green card application. You just got to look for the video, and you can find it pretty easily because you're a subscriber. Rita, thank you so much, Mr. Diego. God bless you, Rita, and bless you also. God bless you also. Just hang in there, Rita. It's not easy, okay? And it's not fast. You just got to kick back, put your feet up, and wait for your turn. And I know it's easy to say that, but we did it. I did it twice. But Corinne is my beautiful wife right here for eternity. I'm not doing it again. I'm not ever going to file another K1 visa. I'm done. Corinne has to put up with me. She's stuck with me. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's get back to questions. Larry Piercy, when do you do the biometrics before you send the green card? Yes. Here's what no, wrong, incorrect. Let me fix that. Immigration won't know to send you biometrics information until you file for the green card. So you file for the green card, and as of right now, it's $1,225, including biometrics. April 1st of 2024, the price goes up. So whatever price I just told you guys, if you watch this video past April 1st, 2024, there's a different price. It's gone up. Okay? But as of right now, you pay the green card fee per person of $1,225. That includes the biometrics fee. So you send off the green card application, and Larry, you live in Florida, so you'll mail your green card application to Chicago. In about a week or 2 weeks after they get it, maybe 3 weeks, depending on how busy they are, they will send you a letter telling you where to go get your biometrics for your beautiful future wife, or then wife from Thailand. And it's going to be in New Orleans, okay? You're going to get your biometrics done in New Orleans, Louisiana. You live in Florida, you got to drive from Pensacola or wherever it is. You drive from Florida into Alabama, into Mississippi, into Louisiana. Spend a weekend in New Orleans with your new bride and get her biometrics done, and you're done. It's that easy, guys. You just got to spend some money on a hotel and do a little bit of travel. So to answer Larry's question, when do you do the biometrics? After you send in the green card application, they will send you a letter telling you to go get it done. James 1, I submitted the 485 and got an RFE for medical, which we did submit. I'm seeing this all the time. I got an email saying they didn't receive it, but when I called USCIS, they said everything is fine. Should I be worried? No, you're not. No, you're not. You're good. Here's the thing, guys. Lots of people are sending in their 485s, their green card application, without any evidence of a medical exam, right? Or vaccinations. They think in their mind, okay, I got the medical done in, let's say, Bogota, Colombia, or in Manila, Philippines, or in Mumbai, India, or wherever, you got your medical exam done, you came to America, you got married, and you filed for the green card. But you don't include in the green card application the medical exam that you did in Manila, Mumbai, Bogota, or Nairobi, Kenya, or Lagos, Nigeria, or Casablanca, Morocco, or wherever it is. You guys watch it from all around the world. Okay? You're going to get an RFE. Where's your medical exam? Some immigration officers don't ask for it. Some immigration officers say, okay, well, there's the vaccinations, you're good to go. I think Danielle, all she did was send in the vaccination information, and they were good to go. But some immigration officers want to see the I-693 and the vaccination form in a sealed envelope. I'm going to make sure we don't get that RFE. I took Karina to Pensacola. We did the medical exam over again. The doctor is a civil surgeon authorized by the State Department. He gave Karina a sealed envelope, which says to USCIS, Homeland Security, don't open. He taped the back of the envelope and initialed it. And he said, Karina, here is your medical exam and vaccination. That's in our green card application, and it's good for 6 months. That goes in the green card application. So you don't get the RFE. See, look what happened. James got thrown into the RFE mess because of the medical exam. And that's unfortunate, but I'm trying to help you guys. I'm trying to prevent these RFEs for you guys, okay? But James, you're good. You did the medical, you sent it in, and now you're good. Now you just got to wait, okay? Ro Figueroa. Hi, Diego and Karina. Salute us from Puerto Rico. God bless. Puerto Rico. We love our friends in Puerto Rico. Larry Piercy, you saved me a lot of money. That's the goal, Larry. And I'm saving up for you. Plus, you'll probably save me from doing time. Larry, you're a Marine. Marine, come on, Marine. I saved you $4,000, right? At least. James Wan, also congrats on getting married. Thanks, James. We appreciate it. And we're going to send a salute to our family in, how do I do this? Venezuela. Venezuela. Got my Venezuelan hat on. Okay. We love our peoples in Venezuela and Colombia and India, in the Philippines, Australia, England, Morocco. I mean, I don't think there's any country that doesn't tune into this channel other than North Korea. Because North Korea sucks. They're not even allowed internet in North Korea. Unless you're like part of the inner circle of the Communist Party. And then you can probably log on to the internet. That's the government of North Korea's internet. And there's pictures of the president of North Korea, shooting guns. Be thankful, guys, when you get to America. Be glad that you are here in this land of the free. Okay? If you don't like your government in this country, you can tell your government to pack sand if you want to. Don't threaten anybody, but you can tell them what you feel without fear of going to jail. Well, hopefully, anyway. Hopefully that's the case. Let me see. Chris, thank you. No problem, Chris and Emma. Larry Piercy, Mountain Dew Express is on its way. Where? Larry, you took care of us, but we drank all that Mountain Dew already. But Camille won. He hooked us up with a super chat. Larry Piercy, I always feel dumb trying to figure this Rubik's Cube out. Larry, a 9-year-old kid taught me how to do the Rubik's Cube. A 9-year-old taught me how to do the Rubik's Cube. Okay? I probably can't remember how to do it now, but I just need to practice. But I learned how to do it from a 9-year-old. ECAS, it's not hard. A Rubik's Cube is just a mathematical algorithm. That's all. You just keep doing the same algorithm over and over, and then you get it done. It doesn't require any mental intuitivity. I guess is the word. ECAS, hi Diego and Karina, happy Valentine's Day. ECAS, thank you. Larry, $4,000 plus criminal attorney fee. I saved you $4,000 in attorney fees for immigration, but I don't know about criminal attorney fee. Jarheads get locked up a lot. No, you don't. Now, I remember watching the movie Heartbreak Ridge with Clint Eastwood. That was a fantastic movie. And he was in trouble a lot, right? But it was a fantastic movie. I love that movie. Clint Eastwood, Heartbreak Ridge. If you can watch it, go watch it. It's a good movie. It reminds me of how the military used to be back in the day in the 80s when I was in the United States Navy. Now I don't know what it's like to be in the military. I guess I don't know how the military is today. I don't even know how boot camp is. Hopefully it's still tough. ECAS, how long will it take to get a green card after I get married with my fiance in Maryland? About 4 to 6 months. If you can get your green card application put together and mailed off back to the lockbox in 90 days before the I-94 expires, you'll get your green card a lot quicker than if you go past 90 days. Now remember, you got to get married within 90 days. If you don't get married within 90 days, you're going to get deported, Miss Beneficiary, Mr. Beneficiary. You'll get a deportation letter. So make sure you get married within 90 days and try to get your try to get your green card application filed before your I-94 expires. Okay? If you can do that, you'll get your green card much quicker. I've got Karina's green card application ready to go. It's all ready to go. I'm just waiting on her credit card from the bank and a couple of more bills coming in with her name on it. And then February 29th, I'm mailing it off. It's going to be gone. And let's say, so March, April, May, June. So by June, July, or August, she'll have her green card somewhere in there. And then when she gets her green card, we're going to go to Las Vegas to celebrate her green card. We're going to go to Las Vegas for a week and hang out. All right. Let me see. Francois Livingston, our friend from upstate New York. Diego, I'm kind of confused about something. Can you clarify something? I know you have sometimes before worrying about this. For the biometrics, are you saying we have to go to another state for it? I realize it's too soon to think about it, but I'm trying to get info for the future. No. Francois, you are in upstate New York. Assuming you don't leave upstate New York, I mean, I recommend you leave New York, get the heck out of there, go move somewhere else where you don't get, so the government doesn't keep stealing money out of your paycheck for taxes. They tax what? The taxes are insane in New York City, New York State. I was in New York City, and half the bill I got when I went to a restaurant, half the bill was in service fees, taxes. No, Francois, I'm pretty sure you're going to have your biometrics for your husband to be in New York somewhere. We live in Florida, so we got to go across 4 states for the biometrics, but it's not that far. It's only like a 4.5-hour drive. It's not far away at all. So Francois, you are not going to have to go to New Orleans for your biometrics. It's going to be in New York State somewhere, I'm sure. Larry Piercy, let me see how thick your green card app is you're sending. Well, it's in the back right now. The green card, I showed it. What was it? What day is it today? Key days.
Oh, yes.
Today's Mercury. Today's Wednesday. Monday, I showed it to everybody. Denise Jefferson, hello, Diego and Karina. Yeah. You mentioned in a prior live that Karina will start driving in 5 months. No, she's driving now. Can you clarify the point that she is allowed to drive, i.e. upon receipt of the green card? No, I'm teaching Karina how to drive right now on private property. On private property, Karina is learning how to drive, okay? On private property. And when she gets her green card, okay, we're going to go and test, she's going to go test out. But the thing is this, it's going to take me at least 5 or 6 months to teach Karina how to drive a car, okay, safely. So she understands everything. It's going to take at least 6 months. So right now I'm teaching her how to drive on private property, and she's doing good. She's learning quickly. And then when she gets her green card, then we're going to go and take the sign test. You got to learn what the signs are, right? The stop sign, the yield sign. She already knows that you don't pass on double yellow lines. You don't pass on a single yellow line. She's learning everything. But when she gets her green card, then she's going to be authorized to drive a car in the state of Florida, or here anyway, in this district. So my Ben cannot get a driver's license until he gets his green card. You live in Utah, I don't know. Every state, you got 50 states in America, right? I don't know. I don't know. In Utah, I don't know. In Florida, you cannot. Francois, look at that super chat. Francois, man, look at we are. We haven't. We are so appreciative of the super chats, guys. We really are appreciative of it, and you don't have to do that. Okay, you're not obligated to send a super chat, but we appreciate it. Really, we really do. And Francois, you're going to be close. You're getting close to your NOA2 letter. You don't have to go to New Orleans for your biometrics. That's only for us because we live in Florida in the Panhandle. If we lived in Southern Florida or Central Florida, our biometrics would probably be in Miami. But because I live 10 minutes from the Alabama state line, the closest biometrics is in New Orleans. It is what it is. So, we just hang in there. So Larry wants to know, how thick is our green card application? It's about like this. That's about how thick it is. Right there. It's a lot of information in there, Larry. So let me see. Francois, don't worry, you're good. You're not going to go to New Orleans for biometrics. And Denise, in the state of Florida, you're going to have a green card and a social security number to learn how to drive, or to get a driver's license, not to learn how to drive. Karina's learning how to drive on private land, so she doesn't need a driver's license. She doesn't need anything. She doesn't even have to put her seatbelt on if she doesn't want to, because it's private property. But by the time she gets her green card, she already got a social security number, but by the time she gets her green card, she can then go into the driver's license office and take her signs test. Learn, she's got to know what the stop sign is, what the red light, green light, orange light, all that. She'll take her test, and then she'll go take her driver's test, and she'll have her driver's license. But Karina knows that she's probably not going to get her driver's license until probably October of this year. But she doesn't need it. I'm the taxi, right? I drive her everywhere, and I'm proud to have her by my side. But this year, in 5 months, I figure 5 months from now, she'll be ready for her driver's test. You don't want to drive in America unless you know what you're doing. There's people on the roads who are crazy, right? My opinion, crazy people out there. They're on their phone like this, They're on their phone and they're driving. It's crazy. So you gotta be careful when you drive, ladies and gentlemen. If you are a beneficiary coming to America, learn how to drive. Okay, whatever state you live in, find out what the rules are for your state. If you live in California, I don't think you can. I think they give you a driver's license without a test. I'm kidding. I'm sure there's a test. I don't know. Every state's different. Justina, please, what are the necessary documents needed from my joint sponsor aside from I-134 for the 15th of April? 3 years worth of tax transcripts, 3 years worth of 1040s, 3 years worth of W-2s, 3 years worth of 1099s, bank statements for 12 months worth of bank statements. Highlight the deposits where you get paid so immigration can see where the money's going in for your joint sponsor. A letter from your joint sponsor's employer saying, Miss So-and-so, Mr. So-and-so works here at this company for the last 5 years or whatever, 2 years or 8 months, makes this much money per year, and this is the position in the company. He's whatever he is. Those are the documents. Ro Figueroa, look at that super chat. Thank you for everything. Muchas gracias. De nada. NOA1, August 23rd, of 2023. Soon we'll have our NOA2. Beautiful Prometida from Cartagena, Colombia. Now, Ro Figueroa, I was in Cartagena, Colombia with my beautiful Karina. We spent a week in Cartagena. We went to Castle de Felipe. I got a picture in front of this big shoe. Karina said, "Hey, I want to go and get some shoes." I said, "What?" We're in Cartagena walking around, and I didn't translate her properly. She told me she wanted to get a picture by these big shoes, which is like a memorial to the workers of Colombia. And I thought it was something else. I thought she wanted to go buy shoes. I said, "Okay, where? Donde?" She goes, over here. I said, "You want?" And then she said it was used. They're used shoes. I said, you want to go buy used shoes? Are you serious? I'll buy you new shoes. She goes, huh? I didn't translate her words properly. And what she wanted to do was she wanted to get a picture in front of these big shoes, which are like made out of, I don't know, copper or something like that, which is a memorial, which is a salute to the hardworking people of Colombia. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, why the heck does she want me to buy her a pair of used shoes? But it's a beautiful picture. And let's see here. So Ro Figueroa, we've been to Cartagena. Thank you for that super chat. We appreciate you. You know, and Cartagena, we stayed in the Ibis Hotel, which is like in central Cartagena on the Strip. Okay, it's kind of like staying in the Cosmopolitan in Las Vegas, right? You're right in the center of the Strip. And we left, and we went out, and we were, having dinner and lunch and breakfast. And I had breakfast at this restaurant in Cartagena. And I tell you what, I was sick as a dog for 3 or 4 hours. Karina was my nurse and my doctor. I was like, man, don't eat any seafood, guys, if you're in Cartagena. Don't eat seafood there. Don't do it. I'm just telling you. So let's see. I don't want to miss anybody. We got lots of questions here. Francois Livingston, what a relief. We don't have to go to another state. No, you're in New York, Francois. And Larry Piercy, you put all the chats? No. When you get married to each other, you don't put chat messages in your green card application. You're married. You're together. Hello, Karina. How are you? ¿Cómo estás? ¿Tú bien? ¿Tu día bien? How do I put that? How do I print that? We're here together. You got to prove that you guys are living together. Immigration don't want to see chats and WhatsApp when you're married. They want to see you guys are living together. How do you prove you're living together? Karina's name is on the water bill. It's on the gas bill. It's on the sewer bill. It's on the trash bill. Okay? The bills come into our house and her name and my name are together. Boom. That goes in the green card application. We're on the same bank account because she got a social security number. Okay? She got a debit card. My debit card goes here. Her debit card goes here. I took a picture of it. I printed it. And I whited out the account, everything on the account number except the first 3 numbers. And immigration can see we're on the same bank account. On February, I think in the next week, I should get a bank statement coming in the mail. And her name and my name will be on the bank statement. That goes in the green card application. That's why we're waiting. We're just waiting for evidence of us living together. That's all. It's proof of evidence, your marriage certificate. When you file for your green card, you don't have to put a police certificate in there. That's done at the embassy level. Okay? You do have to include your last tax return, a copy of your passport, Mr. Sponsor, Miss Sponsor, blown up nice and big, in color, library card. She's got a BJ's Warehouse Club card. Her name is on that. She's got a Big Lots membership in Big Lots. Her name's on that. That goes in the green card application. She's on all the bills. We're just waiting for the bills to come in. She's on the bank. We're waiting for the bank statements to come in. They want to see you guys live together. I cannot get Karina a driver's license because she doesn't know how to drive and she doesn't have a green card. So how do I overcome that? Well, we got her a military ID. We went on base and we got her a military ID. There, Karina Ross. She can now go on base and go shopping in the commissary. She's got health care with the military. Okay. When she got her health care with TRICARE, I said, I need a copy of that document where you just gave Karina health care. No, I need that right now. Okay, here you go, senior chief. So I'm a retired senior chief in the Navy. They gave me that document that shows that Karina has health insurance with TRICARE. That goes in the green card application. Okay. Let's see here. So Francois, water relief. Yeah. And Larry Piercy, more pictures. Green card application, pictures of the wedding, pictures of the honeymoon. You don't have to go on a honeymoon, guys, if you don't want to. But if you do, get pictures of the honeymoon, okay, with family and friends or whatever it is, pictures together you put about 25 to 30 pictures together of your wedding and your daily life together for your green card application. Larry Piercy, where did you find a folder that big? Office Depot. K Messenger, hola Diego and Karina, you guys are looking great. Well, thanks, K Messenger. I got my fiance a Mexican driver's license, and I will teach her when she gets to Texas. Do you see any issue using a Mexican driver's license to begin? Here's the deal, K Messenger. You can drive in the United States on a tourist visa with a Mexican driver's license. Okay, I highly advise you not drive in the United States with a Mexican driver's license while you are in a green card application. If you like, let's suppose Karina knows how to drive. She was driving in Colombia. Okay, let's imagine she knows how to drive, and she's got a Colombian driver's license and a Venezuelan driver's license. Okay, would it be prudent for her to drive in the United States on a Colombian driver's license while waiting for her green card? No, not a good idea. What if she gets into an accident, a car wreck? It's not her fault. Somebody hits Karina and there's injuries, and and a police report gets filed. It's not her fault. Immigration is going to be notified that Karina has been in a car accident, driving on a Colombian driver's license, waiting for her green card. Is that going to affect her green card processing? It could. It could make immigration get very leery and say, well, I don't know about this. It could be a problem. So my advice to you guys is this. Don't drive in the United States of America if you are a foreign national until you have your American driver's license. I don't care what state you live in, California, New York, Florida, Utah, Maryland, doesn't matter where you live. Make sure your beneficiary has a driver's license from the United States before he or she starts to drive, so that way you don't get any immigration problems. She has her green card, she has her driver's license, she gets into an accident, it's her fault or it's his fault, or it's not his fault or it's not her fault, doesn't matter. There's no problems. Because you got the green card, you are a legal permanent resident of the United States. You can drive. But if you are waiting for your green card, if you are in the waiting mode for your green card and you drive on a foreign driver's license and you get into an accident, it could be a problem with immigration. Okay? Just my opinion, just from seeing other people get into that same problem. Francois Livingston, perhaps I missed it. Did Karina get her social security number in the mail yet? Yeah. I filed a report with the Postal Service. I filed an investigation. I said, hey, I was notified that Karina's social security card was mailed from Baltimore, Maryland 4 days ago. It should be here by now because I got an email from the post office saying they took a picture of it and they scanned it to my email saying, here's Karina's social security card. Normally I get it right away. That day, I get the email at 7 o'clock in the morning. At 10:30, there's the mail with what's included in the email with the post office notification application. I didn't get it. The next day, I didn't get it. The day after that, I didn't get it. So I filed a complaint with the post office and said, hey, where's this letter? You sent me an email. You said that you sent her social security card to her. Where is it? And then the day after I sent that postal investigation on the post service, imagine that her social security card showed up at our house. There it was. I'm like, imagine that. So we got it. Denise Jefferson, okay, I was just trying to clarify the timeline for my beneficiary. I now understand that the rules may vary from state to state. Thank you. Yeah, Denise, you live in Utah. So what I would do is I would call the DL, the driver's license people up in wherever you live and say, hey, what are the rules for driving in the United States? Okay. Does my new husband just got here from Nigeria? Just imagine you're thinking ahead in the future, right? Denise, you're in the future. Your husband's here. You got married. You're now man and wife. Before he gets here, call the driver's license people up and say, hey, when I marry my fiance from Nigeria and he gets to the United States, when can he apply for his driver's license? Can he get it before he gets his green card? Does he need a social security number, etc.? In the state of Florida, You got to have a social security number and you got to have a green card to get a driver's license. I understand the reasoning behind that. The state of Florida is very strict on illegal immigrants. If you are in Florida and you are an illegal, okay, your life is going to be miserable if you get caught, okay? The state of Florida doesn't put up with illegal immigration. If you're an illegal here, they will. If you get caught, you're going to be either arrested, you're going to be in jail, you're going to be reported to ICE. And if you're driving, let's suppose you're an illegal immigrant, you're driving in Florida, you're going to get arrested and put in jail and deported. Seriously, it's tough here. They're strict here. So Denise, don't worry. Okay, call up the DMV in Utah and ask them what's the rules, and then tell us on the next live stream so we know for Utah. Ro Figueroa, thank you again for that super chat, Ro Figueroa. And Ro, let me repeat what you said here. Thank you for everything. Muchas gracias. NOA 1, August 23rd. We will have an NOA 2 soon. That is exactly correct. It's right around the corner. Beautiful Prometida is from Cartagena. Cartagena. We spent a week there, guys, in Colombia. I said to Karina, hey, I'm in the mountains of Bogota. I'm sick. I can't stand being up in the mountains, okay? My body does not like being at 10,000 feet above sea level. I couldn't breathe hardly. I said, let's go somewhere for vacation where there's a beach. And Karina said, well, let's go to Cartagena. I said, okay. So I went online. I bought plane tickets from Bogota to Cartagena with Avianca Airlines. We flew to Cartagena. We got off the plane. We didn't make any reservations at the hotel. We showed up in Cartagena with 0 reservations for hotels. I'm like, man, I hope we can get a hotel. And we were walking down the street looking for a hotel. We're just walking. We got nowhere to sleep. And I'm in this strange town in Colombia with no place to sleep. I have no idea where I am. And Karina's like, come on, let's just go look for a hotel. And we saw the Ibis. We walked in the front door. We said, hey, I'm an American. I don't know what the rules are here. Do you have any hotels rooms? They said, well, I don't know. We got to look. We might be fully booked up. And I said, oh, man, this isn't going to work. This isn't looking good. So they said, you're American? I said, yeah. I said, oh, they said, okay, we got our special room for you overlooking the Caribbean Sea on the 12th floor, I think it was, nice and private. I said, great. I guess American dollars work well in Colombia, guys. And we had a great time. We went to the Castillo de Felipe. We went, like I said before, we went and took pictures by these big shoes. We explored downtown historic Cartagena. It's a fantastic place. And Ro Figueroa, if you get a chance to go to Cartagena, I would recommend it. It's a beautiful place. Okay, just don't wear any watches on you. Don't wear any chains. Don't just leave your passport in the hotel room. Don't bring anything valuable. Okay, because Cartagena has a high crime rate. It is what it is, okay? So, come on. Okay, Denise. Let's see. Karina's telling me I got a page down. Oh, wow. Look at all these questions, guys. This is great. Okay. Ro Figueroa, we saw your photos. There you go. And the beach in Cartagena. Wow, it's beautiful. At night in Cartagena, it's windy. It's like I'm in the desert of Nevada. It's windy. Cartagena, beautiful but hot. That's correct. It's hot. It was hot, and I loved it. I felt like I was back in Nevada. Ray Livingston, hey, Figueroa is 1 month behind us. How fun. Francois, finally someone who's walking besides us to the finish line. Woo-hoo, high five, Francois. Larry Piercy, we get along better chatting. Well, I hope so. Karina and we chat all day long. I talk to her in Spanish and English, and she talks to me in Spanish and a little bit English, but I don't need a translator. I understand what she says. Yo entiendo. I don't need a translator. Nueva Vida. Hey Diego, how can I follow the passport after the visa is approved in Colombia? You wait for the issued status. So you go to your ski visa interview in Bogota, right? You pass the visa interview, and in probably 2, 3, or 4 days, you get your issued status, and then you go pick up the visa. How do you know if you got issued status? You go into the SEAC account. into your SEAC account. Go. That's what I did. I was in Bogota, Colombia with Karina, and Karina said, hey, why don't you just check the status of my visa? I said, okay. So I went into the SEAC and it said issued. I went, it's issued. Woohoo! And then the next morning, that was like at 10 o'clock at night. The next morning, we got up early. We jumped on the bus, the Transmillennial. We went downtown and we picked up her K1 visa and her passport. Now, in 2017, this is information. In 2017, the State Department basically went automated on everything. Okay, scanned documents. It's all automated. So some countries are not giving you packages to bring to immigration for the Border Patrol interview because the embassy sends the information via email to the Border Patrol. Okay, but some embassies don't. In Colombia, you will get a package of documents like this thick that you must bring with you when you arrive in the United States. In Bogota, Colombia, you get your biometrics done. When you go for your biometrics, you must bring your passport and a printout of your confirmed copy of your DS-160. Okay? Biometrics. Every country in the world, I don't care what country you guys are living in, watching us from, when you do biometrics, you got to bring your passport and the DS-160. Nueva Vida, did that answer your question? How do you follow the passport? You check the SEAC account. Paya, India. My fiance waited 8 weeks for sputum results. It's been a week since they were sent to the embassy in Mumbai, but no one has contacted him to reschedule the interview. We have sent emails, but no response. The consulate in Mumbai don't have time to respond to those kind of emails. They don't have time. They receive them, they read them, and then they log them. And then when they get a space available, when they get an interview appointment available, they will contact you. You are good to go, Paya, India. Put your feet up on the desk, relax, drink a Mountain Dew. I don't know if they sell Mountain Dew in India. Do they sell Mountain Dew in India? I don't know. But relax, you're good. Everything's moving forward for you. You just got to be patient, okay? Big Mitch, my package arrived in Brazil. Just waiting for our April 12th interview date. Congratulations, Big Mitch. What was the customs time frame for your package in Brazil? When you mailed stuff to Brazil, did customs hold the package for a couple of days? Just curious, because in Colombia, our friend Jennifer, who we met in Colombia, she used to follow the channel. I don't know if she is now. She's probably married in America somewhere. But she didn't have her I-134, okay, her original. So she called up her sponsor in the United States and said, well, I told her how to do it. I said, you got to bring the I-134 to her because he mailed it to her and it was tied up in customs in Colombia for a week and a half. So she couldn't get her I-134 because it was in customs in Bogota. So she couldn't get her K1 visa right away because of the Colombian immigration, Colombian customs. Chip Chera, happy Valentines from Mexico. Thank you. Visa K1 in hand, finally. Woohoo! About to move in a month. There you go. Any advice for the port of entry process? Yes, I'll give you some advice. I'm flying with a connection before my destination. Congratulations. Right, when you get to your port of entry, okay, just answer questions that they give you. Don't tell them anything else. Don't give them any more or any less. If they ask you, what color is the sky? You say, well, let me see, it's blue. You don't say the sky is blue with clouds and a little bit of red over here. It's blue. You get a question, answer the question, and nothing else, okay? Don't add anything to whatever it is because you're trying to make your package, your immigration status stronger. You've already got a K1 visa approved. You've already been allowed to enter the United States. So keep it simple at the Border Patrol entry point. Okay? They're going to be nice to you. They're going to be nice. So just be calm, be relaxed when you go to the Border Patrol questionnaire, and you'll be good. And then listen, if they ask you at the Border Patrol, if the Border Patrol asks you, hey, I want to see your phone. Let me see your phone. I want to look at your Facebook account. Open up your Facebook account. Here you go. If you have Instagram, if they want to look at your Instagram account, here you go. Here's my phone. Here's my Instagram. Go ahead and look at it. You don't do this. My Facebook account's private. You're not looking at my Facebook account. Well, guess what? You ain't coming in the United States of America. If the Border Patrol asks to look in your Facebook account on your phone, you open up your phone and you let them look at it. Okay? All right. Paya, India. Does anyone know why we don't have the reschedule option in the visa portal? It's a good question. Francois. Let me see here. Francois, how thick in inches is your binder? I missed your answer when you answered Larry's question. Mi amor, por favor. Tu regreso en tu habitación para tu green card application. Okay, I just asked Karina to go back and get our green card application. What's her green card application? So you guys can see it. Because what we're going to do is we are going to mail this green card application via UPS on February 29th, about 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to schedule it UPS with a tracking number. So that way I know how long it's going to get. I know it's going to get to UPS in Chicago, via UPS to Chicago. Now, there's two addresses in Chicago for the green card application. There's an address if you mail it by postal service, U.S. Postal Service, and there's a different address if you mail it by courier, UPS, FedEx, DHL. I'm going to send it UPS. Okay, why UPS? Are they better than FedEx? They're probably equal. But UPS is close to me and is close to our house, so I'll send it UPS. And the lady that works in the UPS store, she asked me, she goes, when I sent off Karina's K1 visa back in April of 2022, she said, make sure I get to meet Karina when she gets to America. And I took her by there, and she met the lady. And this right here is Karina's green card application. All right. You see that? It's that thick. There you go. Go to Office Depot. Buy the binder. On the front of the binder, print out adjustment of status paperwork to slide into the binder cover for Mrs. Karina Ross. And then you put her receipt number on there. On the NOA2 letter, there's a receipt number. And then you put her alien registration number on there. Her alien registration number is on the NOA2 letter. If you look on your NOA2 letter, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, look under the name, right? Or it's right below the name of the beneficiary, you will see an alien number. That is your beneficiary's alien number for the rest of her life. Or until even after she becomes a U.S. citizen. Okay? Let's suppose you come to America, you get your green card, that alien number is going to be on your green card. When you become an American citizen, you become a naturalized American, you still have that alien number. It's still part of your life. Okay? So don't forget your alien number. If you become an American citizen, don't forget what your alien registration number is, because you may need it in the future, even though you're a U.S. citizen. Let's suppose you file for a K1 visa for somebody in the future, or a green card or whatever. When you fill out the paperwork, even though you are a U.S. citizen, you still got to give them the alien number. And that goes on the I-134 for your also, okay? So Francois, this is Karina's, this is her green card application. Okay? So what's in that package? What's in there? Well, there's the affidavit of support, there's the application for the green card, there's the EAD work document. I put that in there. There's our marriage certificate. There's Karina's military ID. There's her BJ's warehouse account. There's my tax return, my 1099s. There's 3 letters from my family and friends saying they were attending the wedding. There's about 20 or 30 pictures of our wedding somewhere in there. There's copies for phone bills, electric bill, water bill, trash bill, showing her name on there. Basically, you're putting a life together for somebody in 90 days. You know, Americans who marry Americans, they date each other, and then they met each other in high school. They date each other through high school. They go off to college. They come back. They get married or whatever. Okay. They've been together for years. And then but what you're doing is you're putting together a life for somebody in 90 days. Immigration want to see you put together a life for somebody in 90 days. You got it? Is it a 5-inch binder? I don't know. Let me see. I got a ruler here. I'm always prepared for questions on this channel, guys. This is a 3-inch binder. It's this. 3 inches. Francois, thank goodness you got it. Oh, yeah. And Paya, India, we have waited 2 years and 8 months, still waiting for consular appointment. That's a long time. It's a long time. It's difficult, Paya, India, but you're almost there. You're at the finish line, okay? You're right there. Let me see here. Francois, 3 inches on the binder. And now, if you got a lot more stuff, Francois, I mean, you can make it as thick as you want. You can, if you want to stock up, if you want to load up on your green card application, you can do it for your new husband. Francois Livingston, Diego, how long did it take for me to learn Spanish? Well, I would say probably 2 years. It took me 2 years. 12 años. Karina said about 3 years. 3 years. But remember, I lived in Colombia for over 2.5 years. I lived in Colombia, they don't speak English in Bogota, guys. If you are a foreign national living in Bogota, you have to know Spanish. They don't conform, they don't change their ways to satisfy you because you can't speak Spanish. I lived in Bogota for almost 2.5 years. I learned Spanish. I had to learn. I had to know it. Or else you can't survive, right? Let me see here. H. Karam. Hey, Diego, congrats to you and Karina. My fiance has her interview next month. Good deal. Are there any documents I need to upload? No, 0. Besides the passport photo on a DS-160 form. That's it. The only when you submit the DS-160, they may ask you to upload a passport photo. And that's easy. I did it for Karina right here on this computer and submitted her DS-160. And, that's the only thing. You don't upload any documents for a K-1 visa, 0. In a spousal visa, IR1, CR1 visa, you got to upload documents to the National Visa Center. And it's a pain. And if you make a mistake, they send you an email and say, hey, you made an error, resubmit the form. And then you got to wait 3 months before they look at it again. All right? The K-1 visa is so much easier, guys. You don't have to do anything but mail the information here. They mail it here. They mail it to the embassy, and then you go to the embassy interview. And in between all that, there's a process. And I've explained to you how to do it in this YouTube channel. So H. Karam, you don't have to upload any documents anywhere except the passport picture for the DS-160. And that's easy to do. And you're in Nepal. I made a video about the 2022 visas that were approved for K-1s in Nepal. If you type in Diego Ross Nepal, you'll be able to find that video, which I made all about Nepal. Francois Livingston, thank you, Karina, for getting the binder. It's 3 inches, Karina. You can get a 5 inch if you want. Larry Piercy, the 864 is in the package, correct? The 864 is in this. That is the affidavit of support. Larry, I'll let you take a look at this package, okay? So you can know what's in it. All right. Jason Mabry, happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Anyone here getting anywhere with the embassy in Accra, Ghana? Man, they are slow in Accra, Ghana, and they're slow in Senegal. Accra, Ghana, and Senegal right now is probably the slowest embassies out of all the world's embassies in the United States. I don't know why that is, and I'm sorry that it's that way. And if I could fix it, I would. But just be patient, guys, during this process. They are processing K-1 visas. They haven't closed. They haven't closed their doors. Big Mitch, my package was stuck in customs for about 2 weeks. That's what I said, right? Sorry for the delay. I'm not quite what? I'm about 10 minutes behind because I didn't want to miss any information. No, Big Mitch, you're good. You know, guys, this is your channel, all right? This is your YouTube. It belongs to you. I put it together for you. Karina's idea. Karina, I had a cooking channel. I can cook about anything. And I made a YouTube channel about cooking. And it was just to keep busy. And Karina said, why don't you make a YouTube channel about immigration, visas, K-1s, and green cards? She said, you know how to do this. You know how to do that better than you can cook. And I said, okay. So anybody can cook, right? It's not hard to cook something, but not anybody can do a K-1 visa. So I deleted all the cooking videos and made the videos about K-1 visas. And here we are. Let me see. Francois, Livingston, Diego, and Karina, you truly are the best. Good night, Francois. Get some rest. Don't forget the waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. That's what it is, right? That's exactly what a K-1 visa is. That's what a green card application is. That is what a spousal visa is. It's all about waiting. There's a secret to this. Patience, okay? Patience, patience, patience. If you're a young lady, you're a beautiful young lady, and you got pregnant. You got to wait how long for the baby? 9 months. 9 months, right? And you're waiting and waiting and waiting, and then all of a sudden you got a baby, right? Same with a green card application, but or a K-1 visa or a spousal visa. You wait for something fantastic. Okay. And at the end, you get something fantastic. You get a key to the United States and you can get married to your beautiful American citizen sponsor and start your lives together. Right. But you got to be patient. Larry Piercy. Okay. H. Karam. What questions does the embassy ask at the Scary Visa interview? They asked Karina 11 questions, 12 questions, and I made a video about it. They asked Karina, do I have a brother? She knows my brother. Yeah. Where does he live? Oh, he lives here. They asked Karina, have you ever been to the United States before? She said, no, I've never been to the United States before. They said, have you ever applied for a U.S. visa before? She says, no, I've never applied for a U.S. visa before. They asked her, what countries have you lived in? She said, well, I lived in Venezuela and I lived in Colombia. They said, what other countries have you lived in? She said, that's it. Nowhere else. Excuse me. I lived in Venezuela and Colombia. Okay. They said, do you have any family members in the United States? She said, no, I got no family in the United States. Okay. They asked her, what do I do? How do I make money? What's my job? He's a real estate agent. Okay. Okay. And what else did they ask you? Pergunta para ti outro? They asked her, have I ever been in prison? And I'm like, you got my FBI. Karina's like, don't you have his FBI check right there? And they started they run an FBI check on the sponsors, guys. Every American citizen gets ran through the FBI before they send at the MVC level. And the FBI will file a report on the sponsor and tell the National Visa Center, the State Department, if you are a criminal or not. So if you fill out an I-129F form and you don't tell immigration that you got busted for a DUI, or you stole cookies out of the Kmart and you got probation or whatever, if you don't tell immigration that on the I-129F, Mr. Sponsor, Miss Sponsor, the FBI is going to know about it, and they will tell MVC. The MVC will find out about it via the FBI. Then the MVC will look for your K-1 visa package and look for the police report, the criminal record report that you stole cookies from Kmart and that you got 6 months probation. If it's not in there, the MVC will send your case back to the USCIS Service Center, and then you will get an RFE saying, we need your criminal record. So if you have done anything stupid in the past, that's not a felony against women or children. It's not felonious. You haven't murdered anybody. Okay, it's not a felony. If you did something stupid, make sure you include that in your I-129F, okay? Because the FBI will find out. At the MVC level, they will find out. And then if you don't report, if you don't tell immigration right off the front, right off the bat, when you file your K-1 visa that you got busted for stealing cookies from Kmart, the FBI will tell the MVC, this person has a criminal record, and then the MVC will look for it in your K-1 visa package. If it's not there, your package goes back to USCIS, and then you get an RFE, and then you got to submit all this paperwork. It's better just to do it first time around. Submit it right up front. Don't be scared. Don't be afraid. Okay? If you don't have a felony that's really major, you know. Now, let's suppose you do have a felony and you don't know if you're really qualified for the K-1 visa. That's when you go to an immigration attorney. Okay? Go to an immigration attorney and say, hey, here's my criminal record. Do I qualify for a K-1 visa? The immigration, pay him the $100. The immigration attorney will tell you. But don't pay an immigration attorney $4,000 to do your K-1 visa paperwork. Don't do that. Just watch the videos I've made. You can do it for free. Let me see. Larry Pierce, you okay? H. Karam, they asked a bunch of questions. Every embassy asked different questions. They asked Karina 11 questions, and she answered them all. Boom, 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 boom. And then she said, what else you got? K Messenger, as we are at the aft end of this process, you have sincerely made this process simple. Well, we're glad. I'm glad. I was already patient. There you go. I spent lots of time on this SSBN. That is a submarine, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. You learn patience. Well, thank you, K Messenger, for your service to the Fleet Ballistic Missile Submarine Fleet. SSBNs are Fleet Ballistic Missile Submarine. Okay? Very, very, very important job in the world for the security of our country. And I used to work with folks on SSNs, on fast attack submarines. Okay, I was working very closely with folks on fast attack submarines, but not so much on fleet ballistic missile submarines. But it's a very good thing that you served in the Navy in the submarine service. We appreciate you. Francois Livingston, do you get punished for a speeding ticket? I got a speeding ticket in New Mexico in 2001, I think it was, in Santa Fe, New Mexico. I was going 10 miles over the speed limit, and the state trooper pulled me over. I was in my Navy uniform. I was in a government vehicle. It said U.S. government on it. I was going 9.7 miles over the speed limit, and he was in the Army Reserve. Apparently, he didn't like Navy. Okay, so he wrote me a ticket in 2000 or 2001. It was like 25 years ago. That came up on my FBI police report. Diego got a speeding ticket in Santa Fe, New Mexico at 10:30 a.m. on February 9th, 2001, or whatever it was. And it's on my FBI police certificate. And here's Karina. So apparently getting a speeding ticket in New Mexico didn't disqualify me from getting a K-1 visa. H. Karam, what if I did something stupid before the age of 18? The FBI will know about it if you did something stupid before the age of 18. If somebody tells you that your record is sealed and nobody can see it, well, the only persons that cannot see it are the press, your family, your friends, public record, all that. But the FBI will know about it. The FBI will know about it. They will, because they can see it. SM Zoom. Hi, Diego and Karina. Lovely to be here. Well, we're glad you're here, SM Zoom. My question, I was recently told by someone that if I already have a Social Security card, I don't have to file for my EAD. Is that true? No, that's not true. The Social Security card, your Social Security number doesn't give you permission to work in the United States. Homeland Security gives you permission to work in the United States of America, not the Social Security Administration. The Social Security Administration administers Social Security numbers. Okay? So you got your Social Security number. On the front of it, it's going to say, work authorized only by Homeland Security. So you got to have your EAD document or your green card and or both to get a job in the United States. A Social Security card does not give you permission to work in America. Okay? You got to have permission from the Homeland Security folks which is a green card and or an EAD document. Francois Livingston, I have a super clean record except for a speeding ticket 10 years ago. You're good. No worries. George Soto, hi Diego. We are approved to schedule an interview in the packet 3, packet 4 email. They mentioned that my fiance has to get fingerprinted. Why do we schedule? Who do we schedule that with? The biometrics. What country, George Soto? I don't know what country you're in. In Colombia, Karina, I scheduled Karina's biometrics when I paid her visa fee. $265. I paid the $265. I scheduled her biometrics on November 9th, I believe it was, and I scheduled her visa interview on November 16th, 2023. That's in Colombia. It's done online. I don't know what country. Your fiance is in Colombia. You do it online. You get the packet 3, packet 4 email. You click on those links. You click on the links. You pay the visa fee. Boom, there's a calendar. Oh, sorry, Karina. There's a calendar. You schedule the biometrics, and then you schedule the visa interview on the calendar. That opens up for you in Colombia at the embassy when you pay the visa fee. But you got to click on the packet 3, packet 4 email links. Jason Mabry, to ease the people worries, I was upfront about a bad felony arrest, charges drop. As long as you're upfront and no problems at USCIS or MVC, just be honest and you'll be okay. There you go, Jason. Patricia T. Collison, hi Diego and Karina, my visa status is saying refuse. Well, it's because they're probably still in the process of putting it in your passport. Okay, your visa hasn't. If you got an approved visa if you got an approval, okay, and you're still waiting for the immigration folks, you're waiting for the issue status. It's going to say refused until you get issued status. So your visa has not been refused. It's just pending. You're just waiting on issue. That's all. Karina's visa said refused, but it wasn't. She was just waiting for issued status. That's all. Francois Livingston, $100 is pretty cheap. I think my speeding ticket was like $100, something like that. Before finding this channel, I called an attorney for a consult, and you know what he said his fee was for a consult? $450 for a measly few minutes of chat. Thank God for this channel. Thank Karina. Thank God first, and thank Karina. So if it's $450 for a 5-minute chat with an immigration attorney, you can chat with me for free. I'm saving you a lot of money, right? We've been chatting for an hour and 22 minutes. So let's say $450 divided by 5 minutes is $90 a minute times 122 minutes. Okay. I just say, okay, my bill, if I was an attorney right now, would be $10,980. But you got it for free, guys. H. Karam, I've been arrested a couple of times before 18, but cases were dismissed. Now I'm worried. Go to the courthouse, get those documents, because immigration may send you an RFE asking you for that information. So don't worry. You just probably didn't know that you had to include it in your K-1 visa. You weren't on this channel, so you didn't know. You're on the channel now, so now you know. Go to the courthouse, get all the documents together, and get ready for an RFE. You're not going to get a denial. You're going to get an RFE probably if the FBI catch it, which I think they probably will. Get all the court documents together, and then if you get an RFE, you can send them right away. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know I had to include this. I was a juvenile. You're good. So basically, if you get, what I recommend you do is get all those documents now. Everything from the courthouse. Okay. George Soto, awesome. Thank you, Diego. No problem, George. Hi, H. Karam. I do have a government job, so I'm not sure. I didn't mention anything on petition. Don't worry about it until you got to worry about it. SM Zoom. My social security card says valid for work only with DHS authorization. That's right. Valid for work only with Department of Homeland Security authorization. What is Department of Homeland Security authorization to work in the United States? What is it? It's a green card. It's an EAD document. Okay? Your Social Security card does not give you permission to work in America. You can open up a bank account with it. In some states, in Florida, in my bank you can, but some states you can't. Like in Maryland, I think there's issues there in Maryland. But you cannot work on a Social Security card. You can only work in America with a EAD document and or green card. Patricia, thanks, no problem. Francois Livingston, that's for an immigration attorney. Okay, if I was an immigration attorney, my bill would be $10,980 to you guys for this 1 hour, 25-minute chat. But it didn't cost you anything. And I answered probably most of your questions, right? Jason Mabry, hey, H. Karam, just include records and you'll be fine. Don't stress it. There you go. If you get an RFE, H. Karam, just go to the courthouse tomorrow or whenever you get time off and get those court documents and say, oh, I'm sorry. Write a letter of explanation. I'm sorry, I was a juvenile. I didn't think this was required for my K-1 visa. Immigration will say, okay, no worries, and you're good to go. SM Zoom, you were right. Thank you so much for clarifying. SM Zoom, am I wrong? I think I only made one mistake, was on what? Saturday, when I said it was January when it's February. And K Messenger corrected me right away. He said, Diego, today's February, not January. I went, my first mistake on this channel. Okay, guys, I've been chatting a long time. I need to get a drink of water. Thanks for the super chats, everybody. We appreciate you on the super chats. Greatly appreciated, guys. Really, it is. And we use the money wisely on Mountain Dew, and I buy Karina breakfast at Hardee's, and I buy her lunch at La Hacienda restaurant, and she appreciates you guys. And Patricia T. Collinson, guys, please listen to Diego. He's right all the time. Patricia gets the last word, and we will see you on, what's today, Wednesday? Mercules? Wednesday? Saturday. Maybe I'll do a surprise live stream during the week before Saturday, so you guys can chat with us again. Thanks for joining us.